Hey everyone, it's Jessica here, and it's the channel's first video. How exciting! So, I'm here to show you the official Big Brother Doctor Who house. I just recently finished building this, and finished creating all the Sims. So, I figured I've gotten you all excited about this show. May as well give you guys a little look at what's going to be happening. So, in this video, I'm going to be taking you all through a tour of the house, showing you a couple of the Sims and their relationships and traits, and just be going over how this is going to work, because I know a couple of you are interested in exactly the fine details of how it's going to work. Because you know that there's going to be voice actors. I have 11 lovely people doing that for me. But, when I was working at the specifics of exactly how the series was going to work, it gets not complicated, but there's different aspects to it. So, anyways, without further ado, this is the outside of the Doctor Who Big Brother house. I'll just give you a quick little look around it. It took me a fair amount of time to make this, a couple hours to do the outside, a couple more to do the inside. But it was fun. I'll just exit out of tab mode here, and yeah, we'll go on a little bit more of a tour. Okay, sorry about that. Couple of technical difficulties with my recording software, but I have everything working now, and I'm back here to show you the Big Brother Doctor Who house. So yes, this is the outside. I was going for a very sleek and modern look, typical Big Brother. Well, I'm actually not that big of a Big Brother fan. It's more of my friend who's into that. But, from what I have seen of it, they seem to have a very modern theme going. But yes, I have a pool area in the back, couple floaties, couple of chairs, put in 2 hot tubs, water slide, and a diving board, and nothing special, a nice little area for people to hang out if it's not raining. Put in a trampoline and a fire pit area for them to sit around. And a couple of treadmills. That's about it for the backyard. I will get to what this building is in a little while. But okay, I'll take you through a little tour of the inside now. Let me just zoom out. Okay. We can start by going through in tab mode, and then maybe I'll take us back into the user interface and go through it again. But anyways, here we go. Okay, back again. Sorry about that, you guys. But anyways, into the house we go. At the very beginning I have a very modern sort of door. This is actually an archway with 2 doors put together using testing sheets enabled, and not testing sheets enabled, move objects on. So yes, they are still functional, I've checked, and I think it looks very cool. And as we walk in through the doors, it takes us to the main entrance hall. As you can see, I've installed some Doctor Who custom content, including the 2 lovely Daleks, my little rug, and of course my little TARDIS light. And from here we can continue on through the main door into the main sitting room, where we have a whole bunch of our house guests. This is the room where they do their nominations and their votes and head of household talks and that sort of stuff. So I have another little TARDIS light, but sitting over here we have River and the 9th Doctor and Donna, who seems to be pulling a rather awkward face right now. Then if we turn around, we have Rose and the 11th Doctor sitting on the couch. But yeah, they're just kind of grouped through here right now, and just a little bit of lag. 1 second. Okay, and over here we have Rory and the 10th Doctor and Clara. So yes, if we want to now go... Oh yes, and of course, how could I forget, we have my lovely Doctor Who posters on the wall. My To Victory Daleks poster, Cybermen poster, my Tennant Rose poster, And I have a couple more over here. Let me just back up a little bit. Yep, my TARDIS, my Matt Smith, and that's actually the desktop background on my computer right now, so that's kind of cool. I really like that poster. And shall we continue on to our left? We shall walk through this door into the main dining and bar area. So yeah, just a nice simple red room. We have a large dining room table that will seat 12 people. So right from the very beginning, we have more than enough seats. And if we continue on back, we have a bar area with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats. And it's not a professional bar, but they can make quick drinks at it and stuff. So, you know, that's always fun. Get a little bit juiced. Okay, we're going to walk out here. And now, it may just look like a white hallway with an unsuspecting bookshelf, but for those of you who have Supernatural, you know that with it, there came the bookshelf in the wall, or sliding bookcase or whatever. So if we can continue on through this door, should take us into this little room with a whole bunch of Daleks on the wall. And if we continue on through this little room, it should take us right here into the diary room. So this is where the housemates will come to cast their private votes for who they want to evict. And also this is where they can come to just talk about their experiences and who they like and who they hate. And basically their own personal viewpoint on whatever's happening in the Doctor Who Big Brother universe. So I know this is an integral part of the TV show Big Brother. And yeah, so there's that. Let's just head back out. Sorry. Through the bookcase. And yes, we are now back into the main hall. Okay, let us walk through this door into the kitchen. And you know, with Big Brother, of course, it's an extremely modern feel to it. Oh, don't mind the stinking hot dogs over there. I will get to why they are there in a second. But yes, just a very modern, sleek, granite counters, best quality everything. Nothing too special. So, continuing on, we shall head back out. Oh, oops. Okay. Well, let's get to this sooner. This is the have-nots room. So, for those of you who don't watch Big Brother, the have-nots are basically the team that loses the weekly competition, and they have to spend the rest of the week dealing with awful conditions, such as the lovely trash beds. And for those of you who don't know where these come from, they are located under the Buy Debug menu, which you can access through Testing Cheats Enabled. So, basically how it will work is the Sims who lose the competition and become the have-nots for the week will be locked out of the kitchen, locked out of their bedrooms, and locked out of the washrooms. So they'll be forced to sleep on these lovely beds. This is the lovely kitchen that they must have. And as you can see, I don't have a fridge, don't have a stove or a microwave or anything like that. What will be in here is just a whole bunch of spoiled food, which is why I have the hot dogs sitting out there. So that is all they'll have available to eat. This is kind of the Big Brother equivalent of the slop. And in here we have their lovely washroom. We have 2 of these. One for the boys and one for the girls. Other one is just through here, I think. Oh, no, but okay, I assure you there's 2 of them. Okay, continuing on. Where shall we go? Let us head into here. This is one of the 3 bedrooms located in the house. So, as you can see, it is gender neutral, so anyone could sleep anywhere they want. It's basically just a whole bunch of beds and a fireplace. We have a little bit of a nicer bed over at the end of the room. But as you can see, anyone can sleep wherever they want. And we used to have a couple of desks over there. Not much to do in here, but that's sort of the point. You really want the Sims to be forced to talk to each other and create relationships and stuff. So yes, and another requirement of the Big Brother is that there is one too few beds at the very beginning of it. So right now there is currently 11 double beds in this house with 12 Sims. So 2 people are going to be forced to share. And I'll go over what their preset relationships are in a little while. Okay, continuing on. That leads us outside, so we will not go there quite yet. Okay, I'll take us to yet another bedroom through here. Slowly as ever. But as you can see, rather similar to the first one, just a little bit different colored floors and walls. We have in here 3 beds instead of 4. And just a couple of bean bags, some dressers, and some bookshelves. Again, very simple, very plain. Not much to do in there. Okay, that. Okay, sorry about that. Computer does not seem to be liking me right now. But anyways, I shall show you the last bedroom very quickly. If we walk back through here and take the door on our left, we come to yet another rather similar bedroom. We have a couple of other Sims in here just sitting by the fire. You know, nothing really that different from the first 2 bedrooms, just a couple more beds. And we have 2 chess tables here. So if they want, they can play chess with each other, which, you know, would be a smart strategy, seeing as there are competitions in this game where whether you win or lose can have a big effect on whether you're staying in this house or not. So there is one more room inside the house that I'm going to show you quickly, and that is the head of household suite. So, for those of you who don't watch Big Brother, the head of household is yet another competition that takes place here, and basically that person has supreme power for the entire week. They get to choose who gets nominated for eviction, they get their own luxury suite all to themselves, and it's impossible for them to become a have-not or be eliminated. So this is their luxury suite. They have a nice 4-poster bed with TARDIS sheets. You know, just nice quality everything. They have their own sound system, a guitar, a pull-ups bar. Basically they have stuff to do, which all the other Sims don't have the luxury of having. And, of course, their own private bathroom, which I must say I am in love with. I used mostly Master Suite stuff in this, but I also used the spa that comes with Hidden Springs, so they do have their very own spa system, plus a lovely bathtub. Sorry, having a little bit of trouble maneuvering around here. This is not my very best Sims 3 skill, the maneuvering. And finally, you know, toilet and a sink. Nothing special at all. Oh, one more thing. I'm just going to quickly pop out and pop back in to show you the 2 washrooms in this house, because it will take me way too long to get there through this. So, back in a sec. So, here we are in the girls' washroom. As you can see, we have... Oops, sorry about that. I have NROS Saver installed, so every half hour I will be getting a little notification telling me to save. But as you can see, it's just 5 washroom stalls and 1, 2, 3 all-in-one washrooms. So this room is locked, so only girls can get into it. And basically the boys' washroom is the exact same deal. Same number of washrooms, same number of all-in-one bathrooms, and locked so only boys can use it. So there is quite a few washrooms, but at the beginning there might be a little bit of fighting over them. Not much. And as more people are eliminated, getting to the washroom in the morning first really won't be much of an issue. So, basically, I'll just talk as we head out into the backyard, which is right through those two doors there. And you've already seen the backyard, so not exactly the backyard. The little room back here that you've seen, but I have not explained what it's for. Okay, let us see if we can get to it. Okay, so basically on the note of how this show is going to be working, what I'm planning is to have around, I'd say 60% of the episode voiced over by me, similar to what I'm doing now, just having the Sims doing what they do, having the competitions happening, you know, basically the average Big Brother episode, with my lovely commentary, of course. And the other 40% I'll be using my amazing voice actors and professionally filming them. So scenes like the eviction, scenes like the diary room, people support conversations, nominations, exciting stuff like that will be done professionally filmed, and I'll just put them into the thing. But for stuff like the competitions, where I personally think it would be too much time for me and not very easily scripted, and you know, just to show that it is happening in the moment, we're not rigging the competitions so that one certain person wins or loses, I'm going to be doing 60% of the episode just as a voiceover with me. And another big announcement, well, not a big announcement, but another thing I want to cover is how the characters are going to make decisions. So like I said, stuff like competitions, it is up to chance. It's if your athletic skill is higher, you might have a bigger chance of winning the competition, or maybe it's mental. You never know. But the competitions are completely up to chance. It's the computer doing them, so we have absolutely no control over who will win them. But for stuff like who you're going to vote for, or who you're going to put up for nominations, or if you're going to use your power of veto, that sort of stuff, it gets a little bit more complicated. What me and my co-producer have decided is that 3 of the characters are going to be controlled by you, the audience. So basically what that means is in the comments, you will be in charge of voting for who you want them to voting for who you want them to vote for the eviction. If they win head of household, who you want them to nominate. If you want them to join certain alliances or backstab people. All that sort of stuff will be completely up to you in the comments. So what I need you to do right now is comment which 3 characters you want, because that is also completely up to you. Whichever 3 get the most votes will be the 3 you have control over. And as for everyone else, that is going to be sort of a see as we go. If there's an obvious decision like common sense, for example, if the 10th Doctor has won the power of veto, and he has to choose whether to save Rose Tyler or Amelia Pond. No offense to Amy, but Rose Tyler is a companion he's actually known and he'll have a really good relationship with. So for that, we are going to make the choice to have him save her. But for stuff where it's like, say for example it was Amy and Clara up there and 10 had to choose which one to save, we would look at his relationship with the 2, see if they were sharing any alliances or stuff, and say he had a slightly higher relationship with Amy than he did with Clara, but it was still sort of unsure. What we'd do is we'd get a random number generator up online, set it from a number between 1 to 100, and say it was rather close, but Amy had a bit of a head lead. If the number rolled was between a 1 and a 60, we'd have it so we voted for Clara. And if it was between a 61 and a 100, he would vote for Amy. So that's basically our ideas on how the voting procedure and nominations and whatnot will go. If you have any feedback or if you have really big problems with any of that, feel free to tell us. Personally, that's what we felt made the most sense and would create the most exciting game. Because if we just chose how we wanted this to end and had it all mapped out, that wouldn't really be fun for us or for you. It's the excitement of the competition and seeing an underdog come up and win it all at the end that I think is the fun part. So, yep, let us go into this very last room. Slowly. Okay, here we go. Sooner or later we will make it through. So yes, as you can see, it's just a plain white room with a whole bunch of ladders down to the basement. So I'm just going to go down to the basement, be with you in a sec. Okay, we're down here, and as you can see, they lead into a plain white room with a door. And just for your information, that door up top is locked, so currently no Sims can get in here. Same with the head of household room in the have-nots room right now. And in here we have some basketball machines, some skee-ball, some chessboards, and some rock climbing walls set up. This is the challenge arena, so stuff like head of household competitions, power of veto. Anytime that there has to be a competition in this, which is quite often in Big Brother, they are going to use down here. And this isn't all, this is just the first room. If we continue on through this door, I'll show you the rest of the challenge arena. Oh, oops, wrong door. Did I not include a door? 1 second. So yep, I had completely forgotten to include a door out of this room, but there's one now, so we shall go through it and see what lies beyond. Okay, well, we have a bit of a split room. We'll start here. This is yet another challenge room. There is some apple bobbing, some bowls, some darts, some golf, some juice pong / table tennis. So yeah, basically, oh, and there's the water slide. But anyways, basically a whole bunch more ways to do some competitions. And at the very end, we have in here a little room with a soccer net so they can do shootouts against each other. And yeah, that is basically the entire house. Anyways, I'm just going to quickly go and show you the Sims' relationships with each other, just to give you an idea of how they're going to be going into this. Walls cut away. So basically, I set it up so that they all have the relationships that they do in the TV show with each other. For people who don't know each other, it's set to neutral. For example, for Jack, he has a good relationship with 9, good relationship with 10, good relationship with Rose, little bit of a relationship with 10 too. He met him for a little bit, but not much. Same thing with Donna. 11, just a little bit, because, you know, he would have that beginning of a friendship with him just because of the fact he's a doctor and Jack understands about regenerations, but still not the same level of trust he did with 9 or 10. Amy none, Rory none, Martha, he should probably have a little bit because they've met, and Clara none, and River none. Martha, 10, good relationship, 10 too, a little bit. Donna a little bit because they've met a couple of times. Same with Jack. And 11, same principle. You understand that the doctor regenerates, so you will have a little bit of a relationship. Rose a little bit. Amy none, Rory none, Clara none, River none, and 9 none. Because I understand that there's the assumption that he is the doctor, but because 9 has never met Martha before, I decided to keep their relationship at a 0. 10 2. Oh. Okay. He is at the girlfriend status with Rose with a great relationship. Great relationship with Donna because, you know, they share DNA. Average relationship with 9 because they're the same person. So, average with Martha, Jack, 10 2, Rory none, 11 none because I find 11 and 10 2 very distant. just because not only is he not quite the Doctor, they're also from different eras. So I decided to keep the relationship there. If you don't agree with that, feel free to tell me. River Nunn, Amy Nunn, and Clara Nunn. For Rory, he is married to Amy, and he has River set as his daughter, which I used NROS Master Controller to do, if any of you are wondering. 11, great relationship. 10-2 Nunn, Martha Nunn, Rose Nunn, Jack Nunn, 9 Nunn, Clara Nunn, Donna Nunn, and 10 Nunn. Okay, continuing on to Clara. Ugh, I wish you would stop doing that stupid thing. Okay, this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. Clara is set to a romantic interest with the Doctor, which means nothing is official, nothing is confirmed, but they definitely do have that spark with each other. So, we shall see what happens with that. River, average relationship, because she did meet her in season 7. Martha, Donna, 10, Rory, Rose, 9, Jack, Amy, and 10-2 all have none. For 10, great with Donna, and again, here's where it becomes interesting, because even though Rose and 10-2 have a girlfriend status, Rose and 10 still very much of a romantic interest, so we're just going to have to see what happens with that. Jack, really good. Martha, really good. River, just a little bit because he did meet her in Silence in the Library, but other than that. 9, average. 11, average. 10-2, average. Clara, that's the university mascot. Rory, and Amy, none. Next up, Rose. Stupid thing. And, of course, a girlfriend with 10, great relationship with 9, romantic interest with, girlfriend was 10 too, romantic interest with 10, great with Jack, great with Donna, 11, average, Martha, average, and none for all of 11, Sarah. Amy Pond, married to Rory, River is her daughter, 11, great relationship, Jack, Martha, 9, 10-2, Clara, Rose, Donna, and 10 all are at none. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. River Song, girlfriend, girlfriend to the 11th Doctor. So again, we'll see what happens with him and River and him and Clara. We'll have some drama there. Yes, Amy's her mother, Rory, great relationship, 10, average, Clara, average, Donna, average because they met in Silence in the Library. Then Rose, Jack, Martha, 10-2, and 9 are all at none. Donna, we've basically seen all of these, but yep. Good with 10, good with 10-2, good with Rose, average with Martha, average with River, average with 11, average with Jack, then none for 11, Sarah, and 9. 9. Great with Rose, great with Jack, average with 10-2, average with 10, average with 11, and none for 10's companions and 11's companions. And finally, 11, girlfriend with River, romantic interest with Clara, really good friends with Amy and Rory, average with 10, average with 9, average with everyone else except 10-2, just because he has known them all before, so they would have a relationship with each other. So, yeah, that concludes this video. Our channel's first, very exciting. Make sure to comment which 3 characters you want to control for it. Any suggestions you have for the show in terms of the characters or the house. There may be some minor changes made to the characters or the house before the first episode. You know, I'm not guaranteeing that this is the final product, but I just wanted to show you what I have done. I tried to make it as much like a Big Brother house as possible while still incorporating a Doctor Who element. So I'm sorry if I have anything wrong in terms of Big Brother style. Please tell me that if I do. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, everyone. First video, yay!